Hello everyone, I just realized I haven't actually done a Busou Shinki review for quite a while, even though that my channel actually start off for the purpose of actually putting Busou Shinki onto YouTube. So here's one to actually catch up on it. This is MMS Type Fencer Pearl, Oorbellen. She's a MMS Type 2 tall figure, and she's actually, for some reason, she's actually retail for 4,000 yen. Even though you can see from here, it's not actually, it's a big box, but it's actually not a lot of things inside it. But anyway, a very nice illustration of her. On the side, you can see her in action poses, in a bear form, in her armor form. Once again, a very nice illustration of her, as you can see here on the back. And a bit about Oorbellen itself. The fact that they're the fencer type. Oh, you can actually see any of them. I wonder if you can see it a bit better. Basically, the fictional maker is called the Front Line. And it's a new company, I believe it's a new fictional company in the storyline to come up to compete against the current line of manufacturer. So that's about it for the box. Let's get her out. In total, there is 2 trays. So let's start off with tray number 1, which got the standard figure in there. The 2 a pair of shoes for alternative feet for her. These are skirt armor, accessory for the thigh, a shield, a sword. Both of them are clear blue. A bit of accessory like wings on the back. A alternative hairpiece. Alternative hairpiece from the front and on the back. The alternative chest. Her default face is a normal, slightly smiling. She got an angry face and a blushing face. And as a tradition, now we got the Busou Shinki box for keeping all the spare parts. So that's tray 1. Tray 2, the accessory part you can actually use to add on to combined armor. The connector washer, which we will actually use some of them to actually build her up. The standard light armor stand. Even though this is no longer called light armor anymore, even though her accessory count is probably borderline light armor. The washers, specifically for Busou Shinki Type 2 body only. Additional accessory part for the shoulder armor. The backpack armor piece, there's a standard one, and there's a brand new one made especially for her, which actually come in 2 parts. Special joint part also introduced in this line. A whole bunch of hand. You've seen them all already. Fixed pose, trigger hand, flexible trigger hand, gun holding, sword holding hand, and closed fist. And these are also skirt armor. Yeah, a lot of them are skirt armor. So let's get the bare body out to show you. Here is the bare body. Oorbellen here is mainly white with the light flesh tone color. I think the light flesh tone is type 1. Pretty nice. Her bodysuit cover her mostly, which is a bit of a change because Busou Shinki nowadays seems to be really skimpy accessory color, as if they're actually wearing nothing at all in their bare form. Sometimes it's a turn off to people. Sometimes it's not. I'm not going to tell you which one I prefer, but very clean and nice and neat paint job here, especially the little bit of blue just to add to the color to keep her not as boring. So black line here, that is not actually a spacer, that is actually painted on. Again, the color line actually go all the way to the back. Something of a special here, the hair is actually toned to become slightly reddish gold pinkish near the end, while the rest of it is blonde. So pretty nice color. So her face, I'm not sure if it's going to show, but yes, she is actually slightly smiling. No, you probably can't see it, but very nice eyes this case. And just to show off her other two faces, here is Oorbellen being angry at you for probably do something to cross her. So she's angry, open mouth, yep, pretty nice. And here she is, blushing afterward, after shouting at you, and decided that she probably crossed the line. So she's blushing a little bit. If you can't see her, her face is slightly pinkish compared to her normal face, as you can see, just to show that she is actually blushing. Yep, and there she is in bare body form. So let's put armor on her. Okay, and here we are. Oorbellen is complete, and she actually stands by herself extremely well. But since this place is wobbly because it is actually my sofa, I better put her on the stand so that she wouldn't fall over for no good reason. And as you can see, I put the sword onto her hand while off camera. Mainly because we've seen people putting a sword onto people's hand for almost everything already, so I can't be bothered. It's a very nice sword, by the way. Although it's clear, it's also slightly translucent, so it's actually opaque. Not opaque, but it's mildly see-through, but it's blurry. But it's very, very nice. Her wave mate Oorbellen, which is I can't remember what stand for. I think it's not silver, it's something else. Yeah, her sword is actually red, but it's actually also a wiggly line, while hers is a straight sword. Every version, up till now there's about 6 versions of this mold with different head, different and slightly changed gear and a completely different recolor. And all of them are slightly different in terms of the weapon, the headgear, the little bit of wings on the back, and the shield. All of them are slightly different. Minor different, meaning that you only pick them up because of the color, mainly, not because of the weapon choice or the part choice. But yeah, they are really, really nice, nicely made, nicely colored, nicely decorated. One thing that is also quite good is that the hair is actually jointed, so these 2 wings is not going to hinder her movement too much. The shield is very nice. It's also got a quite interesting gimmick as well, because the shield is not actually just a round shield with a peg going through it. It's actually a little joint, so there is actually a hole in here, as well as more hole, and the rest of the peg of the shield is actually now connected to the connector. But you can take that off. Put the hand peg through it and plug it back in. And suddenly, Oorbellen has a shield going through her hand, which looks extremely like a certain super robot, which also got a shield looking like that, except when Dad was using it, it's just a symbolize of the shield, while it's actually a force field going around it. Maybe Oorbellen is doing the same thing here. We don't know, because you never tell me. So you usually just poke me in the eye when I actually trying to pose her around and try to get up close, trying to figure out which part is which, and then she will poke me with the sword or with her skirt, which, by the way, got a lot of articulation on it. Not sure how useful it is, but there's certainly enough, meaning that they're not going to hinder her pose in any way, because you can simply move them aside. And yeah, so they will never block any of her pose around the hip. So yeah, that's basically it. I think the biggest problem about Oorbellen, as well as her Hada's 5 wave mate, well, actually there's her 5 other similar mold, is that she's quite expensive for 4,000 yen. Consider that a few years ago a anvil would be around 2,700 yen, and anvil would have far more parts on her. The engineering is much better with Oorbellen here, with the articulation and the artistic styling. I would probably pick Oorbellen over the original anvil, but really the price is a bit. Yeah, she's probably not going to be the one where you can actually attract people with the price, but she can certainly attract people with the look and the design. So that's about it for me. Hopefully I will do a bit more Busou Shinki review. I do have a few more older Busou Shinki that I haven't reviewed yet, which I really should, because there is a Busou Shinki monsoon coming up soon with certainly something like 3 to 4 different waves going to appear at the same time, and going to, well, hurt my wallet quite a lot. But until then, see you on the next review.